So another Andy B 2-minute video. And I was thinking about the film series Ice Age. I don't know if you've seen that film. There's this wonderful little ball of trouble called Scrat. All right, he's like a saber-toothed squirrel. And in one of the opening sequences, you see him trying to sort his nut out, usually to hide it. And unfortunately, he puts a hole in effectively an ice dam. So he puts his paw into the hole thinking, oh, this isn't very good. And as he does that, another hole starts pumping out water. So he puts his finger in that and then his 2 feet, and eventually he puts his mouth in and he goes blowing off because the water pressure flies him off the side of the mountain, the ice cliff. Do you ever feel like life is a little bit like that scene where you're just trying to get through life, but as you try and sort one disaster out, another one props up. We have it with finances, don't we? As you try and save money somewhere, inevitably you spend money elsewhere. So you try not to put the heating on because you can't afford it. And what happens nationally? Well, we see the NHS having to deal with lots of people with respiratory issues, pneumonia, infections in the lung, and all the rest of it because they're so cold. Somebody has to pay. If it's free, somebody has to pay. Free is never really free unless it's the gospel message. But maybe you're so busy running around being reactive to these problems of life. There is another solution to be proactive, but sometimes it can batter us so much we feel like, yeah, that's great, Andy, but how am I ever going to be proactive? I'm just reacting. That's where going before God, taking a moment to hush and pause, buys you time. And it buys you time because when you're spending time with Jesus Christ in prayer, he's going to honor that and he's going to help you. Doesn't mean to say all your problems are going to disappear. We've been in some crazy times where you feel like you can't breathe with the amount of difficulties you've got facing you. And when we take time with God, we have peace. The problems are still there. The difference is our attitude and our heart are different. We have a different approach to it because now we know that as we face those difficulties, God is walking through them with us. Our time is precious. We need to be really careful with how we use our time. And rather than being reactive and being made to run around, sometimes we need every day to take a moment to hush and pause and pray, to go before God and say, Lord, please walk with me through my life today. Protect your time, spend it with God. Just a thought.